The video you're about to see is for historical purposes only. It is an almost daily snippet of 1010 Winds broadcast in New York City and the New York City metropolitan area. On my morning commute, I listened to this news broadcast and decided to share a snippet of the news for historical purposes. The mission is to record history.
And into this evening, and then more improvement again over time into tomorrow. The terrible air quality will get better, I think, for sure. Then by Friday night into Saturday, we still may have some haze in the atmosphere as we go into the start of the weekend, but generally the atmosphere should be getting much, much better. Part of the process to that happening is the increase in chance of showers here, and that's going to come as we get in the afternoon today and tomorrow, maybe even some gusty thunderstorms tomorrow, and still a chance of a shower or two on Saturday. Not only does that help the air quality situation, but it also will help the drought situation and our own propensity to perk up some wildfires. We'll talk about that and everything else in the 4-day forecast 10 minutes away on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Now how New Yorkers are dealing with this unprecedented health concern.
The streets of Manhattan certainly seem quieter than usual. It seems New Yorkers are heeding the mayor's words to stay indoors as much as possible for now.
I want to be clear. While there may be potential for significantly improved conditions by Friday morning, smoke predictability that far out is low. It's difficult to predict the movement of this smoke.
Now, New York City schools already had pre-scheduled closures for students today and tomorrow, so that worked out. But areas like Yonkers, Newark, and Elizabeth have shut down their school districts because of the smoke. Tiffany Murray is a tourist visiting.
Being an asthmatic myself, I was a little bit concerned prior to coming here today. But we're here and we're having a good time, and so far so good.
Tourists on vacation this week here in the city probably won't forget this visit for a while. Glenn Schuck, 1010 Winds at 92.3 FM in Midtown.
The smoke also affecting Long Island with a major event planned this weekend.
2 schools are closed today on Long Island, Freeport and Long Beach because of the polluted air. Yesterday, principals across the island handed out masks to students as they left for the day. I watched as one middle school student decided against wearing one, and he began coughing and then put his hand over his mouth and nose. Although it's not a triple crown, the Belmont Stakes is scheduled for Saturday and is supposed to be a packed event. Ladies have their fancy hats all ready to go, but what about the race? Will it happen? Here was Nassau County Executive Bruce Blakeman.
We are monitoring the situation along with the state, and right now it looks like everything's a go and that there should be no problems.
The county executive says they are also making available the county's supply of masks. Sophia Hall, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM on Long Island.
President Biden called Canadian Prime Minister Trudeau to offer help putting out the fires. More than 600 American firefighters and equipment headed north of the border. White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre.
Multiple agencies, including the Environmental Protection Agency, CDC, and FEMA, are coordinating with state, local, and tribal governments to get timely and accurate information out to communities about local air quality conditions and what steps they can take to protect themselves.
That haze in the air is unhealthy. Even otherwise healthy people are getting headaches, coughing, burning eyes from breathing in all this smoke. 1010 Winds medical correspondent Dr. Brian McDonough says you can protect your lungs by wearing good masks again.
But if you wear an N95 and go outside, it's far better than just going out without any protection. So do whatever you can to protect yourself, to try to keep the particulate matter out. This is not an infection. This is just a matter of trying to have a barrier.
But you can't put an N95 on your dog.
They are seeing the effects of this smoke at Verg Animal Hospital in Brooklyn.
We've already seen cases come through the hospital where dogs are having tremendous coughing fits and difficulty breathing. It's a real problem.
Dr. Brett Levitsky says we should take the same precautions for our pets that we're taking with ourselves. Limit time outdoors and be on the lookout for eye or respiratory issues.
The problem comes in with these pets with underlying respiratory conditions like asthmatics. It can trigger a massive asthma attack.
The famed horse carriage rides in Central Park have been suspended. At the city's many zoos, including the Bronx Zoo and Central Park Zoo, doors have closed early and animals are heading into their night quarters. Steve Burns, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
57 degrees now with cloudy skies. We're going up to 72 in Midtown, hoping some afternoon showers can help with this smoky situation. Winds News Time 8:07. Just got word this morning that religious broadcaster Pat Robertson has died. He led the Christian Coalition, hosted the 700 Club, creator of CBN, and ran for president as a Republican back in 1988. Pat Robertson, dead at the age of 93. Winds News Time 8:08. Now to the latest on the investigations of Donald Trump. Federal prosecutors have reportedly sent the former president a target letter. Amid signs an indictment may be near, target letters are sent when the feds believe there is substantial evidence linking a person to the commission of a crime.
Sources close to this classified documents investigation tell CBS News that a charging decision on a Trump indictment is now possible in the coming days as special counsel Jack Smith begins to wrap up his interviews of key witnesses, including a former Trump aide, someone who's now working on the super PAC. This all comes as the Trump legal team is expecting possible charges on illegal retention of classified documents and on obstruction of a federal investigation.
Correspondent Robert Costa. In response, Trump wrote on Truth Social that no one has told him he will be indicted and that he shouldn't be charged because he has done nothing wrong. An update from the Vatican on Pope Francis this morning. The 86-year-old pontiff said to be in good general condition, alert, and breathing on his own after resting extensively during a peaceful night.
Pope Francis out of surgery after a 3-hour-long operation on his abdomen. Following the surgery, the Pope was said to be in good spirits and even joking with his surgeon.
The Pope, he's fine and he's awake.
The Holy See press office stating the operation had become necessary to correct an abdominal hernia causing, quote, a recurrent, painful, and worsening intestinal blockage. That hernia caused by scars from previous operations.
Correspondent Marcus Moore. St. Joseph's Catholic Church in Astoria, Queens will be reconsecrated tomorrow after a man went on a bizarre rampage inside. The Diocese of Brooklyn says a 21-year-old entered the church rectory, destroyed photos of the Pope and Bishop Robert Brennan, spread paint thinner on the floor, dressed himself in priestly vestments, and started hitting himself in the head with a monstrance. Cops were called. The suspect taken to Elmhurst Hospital for a psych evaluation Monday night. Pastor of the church, Father Vincent Churicella, says they are keeping both the man and his family in their prayers.
We have to forgive him, of course. I mean, he's not well and he needs help, right? So, of course, and we're always remembering his parents because we know that the family does suffer when they have a child that is not well.
Mass was moved to the chapel following the desecration. Winds News Time 8:10. Supreme Court justices were supposed to release their annual reports yesterday. Most of them did. Some of them did not. It comes amid revelations of hundreds of thousands of dollars in previously undisclosed gifts and travel given to Justice Clarence Thomas by a Texas billionaire. CBS News legal analyst Thane Rosenbaum says the reports are supposed to disclose all the paid travel, outside income, investments, and such, but they don't always do that.
These disclosures are sure to underwhelm many court watchers. For one thing, both Justices Thomas and Alito have asked for an extension, which means their filings won't arrive until after the end of the term. If there's any possible conflict of interest in any of the cases decided this year, it may go unnoticed.
Among the things that were reported, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson telling the world a $1,200 congratulatory floral display was delivered to her by Oprah Winfrey. Winds News Time 8:11. Traffic and transit. Back to Karen Stewart.
Well, at the airports, LaGuardia has a ground stop in effect until further notice due to the poor air quality. Flights from the upper Midwest and East Coast bound for LaGuardia have been paused, the FAA says. And then they went on to say that flights to Newark Liberty International Airport have been slowed. Keep it locked to 1010 Winds. Traffic and transit every 10 minutes on the ones, and we are going to keep you posted on all of this. Heading out into the Bronx, the westbound cross Bronx cleared, finally. That broken down tractor trailer at the Alexander Hamilton Bridge from the right lane, so that thing is gone. Southbound Van Wyck approaching the Belt Parkway, we've got a broken down tractor trailer blocking the right lane, and then another one on the shoulder. Yes, they are both still there. Over the Hudson Rivers, we check what you need to know about the bridges and tunnels. The inbound George is 20, the inbound Lincoln is 40, and the inbound Holland has got a 25 to 30 minute delay. We are starting to get pretty heavy inbound at the RFK Triborough and the 59th Street Bridge from both Northern Boulevard and Queens Boulevard. The westbound LIE to the Queens Midtown has got you delayed from Van Dam Street very heavily too. Alternate side parking is suspended today due to the poor air quality. The meter rules, they do apply. Our next report is 8:21. I'm Karen Stewart, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.
Now the AccuWeather 4-day forecast. Here is Meteorologist Dean DeVore.
Very smoky and hazy through the city, the western part, Nassau County, suburbs of Long Island. It seems to be the worst, and then down through the Jersey Shore and beyond. You go farther north and west, we're starting to see a little bit more mixing and maybe a little bit less haze. This is going to be a slow improvement today, we think, as we get, especially later this afternoon, this evening, especially if we can pop some of these showers. The clouds are starting to move at us from the north and west. A couple of showers at least popping through here this afternoon, early evening. Temperatures highest point today 72. Temperatures after the showers ease out tonight end up in the 50s. Tomorrow near 70. More rounds of some showers, and there could even be some thunder with it tomorrow. Any of those showers and thunderstorms could get gusty and have a little hail. Temperatures near 70. Can't rule out a shower too, especially early Saturday. A lot of dry time, and certainly by then we're expecting better air quality and less haze in the atmosphere. Temperatures in the low 70s, and then we're back up to near 80 with a dry, pretty decent day on Sunday. Rain chances do go up next week, and we certainly need them. Temperatures right now, 58 degrees, going up to 72. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist Dean DeVore on New York's weather station, 1010 Winds on 92.3 FM.